And hello, broadcasting from Tasmania today is myself, Tony Neale, and today we've got a very special guest. And broadcasting from Victoria is my co-host, Simon Bowden. So Simon, say hello to the audience.
Hey Tony, how you doing, my friend?
I'm doing really well.
Yeah,
And it's always great to be talking internationally now from Tasmania to Victoria. It's always gives us a bit of a blast there, right?
Yes, you are across the sea as we
That's right.
that's straight. And tell me, Tony, what's the weather like down in Tassie today?
Well, did you know this? Did you know this, Simon, for a fact that Tasmania has more sunlight than any other state? Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that. You
So
have.
there. I got
That's
to watch out. I got to watch out about being getting sunburned.
Ah,
I do. So before we introduce ourselves, let me read out what our mission today is. Our mission, should we accept it, is to educate and engage with our audience with lively discussions with experts to gain their valuable experiences, tips, and benefits of the business and well-being practices they can offer us. Now, Simon, I'm just going to tell you what I do. Simon and the audience, I help businesses and individuals by customized retreats, workshops, and consultations to maximize their feelings of vibrance, purpose, happiness, and success. And Simon, what do you do?
Thanks, Tony. For those that don't know me, my name is Simon Bowden, and I'm an international marketing business coach with 25 years experience, which makes me a master coach. My mission is always to help my clients identify their aspirations and visions, strengths and blind spots, help them make informed decisions and take actions when needed to ultimately fast track them towards their personal goals. My coaching caters for executives and directors to entrepreneurs, small business owners and beyond. Whatever your situation, I'll help you build on your strengths and get clear on how to create a profitable future. And as you know, Tony, I love what I do and I'm passionate about helping my clients succeed.
That's right, Simon, and I'm one of your clients too, so don't you forget it. That's good. Simon, would you like to introduce our charming guest tonight?
Absolutely, and I've been very passionate about this one. So our client today. So I'm going to read her bio, if you will allow me.
I will.
We have Naomi Jaremczuk this morning, and she is the brand designer of her own business, which is called The Brand Advisory. Naomi's been doing the graphic design gig for now over 24 years. She first started her own design business in 2005. She's ridden the waves of growing a small business into a successful business, as you can all see today, and you'll hear about it. She says, I'm a brand advisor, the graphic designer, the project manager, the business colleague, the networker, and the collaborator. She believes in investing herself fully into your business to delve deep and partner with you to truly understand your story and grasp the overall vision so that you can elevate your brand into the next level and beyond. Naomi has 4 children, Kian, Rory, Raina and Kayla, and together with a very gorgeous and very handsome fiance and a very quirky fox terrier called Gus.
Yes.
Today, Naomi is going to share with us many challenges that she's personally faced and overcome in growing her business. Please welcome Naomi Jaremczuk to our Let's Chat today.
Hello. Thank you.
That
was a great introduction.
You've got the show, right?
No, that's cool. So I'm going to kick it off by asking you, Naomi, if you could share with us your passion for graphic design and how it got started.
Sure. I think ever since I was a small child, I've always loved art and design and have grown up in a very creative and talented family who always inspired me creatively. And right through school and high school. I always loved that side of me, and I really wanted to look at pursuing that when I finished year 12. Yeah, and so that's what I went on to do, and I still live and breathe it today, and I absolutely love it.
Now, just talking about love and passion, I'm not going to let you guys get away with these things. There's a special secret, isn't there, Naomi, about you and Simon? So would you like to share that secret?
Oh, we're getting married in November.
Hooray! And it's about time too, isn't it, Simon?
Yeah, that's fantastic
Yes,
news.
That's
we have been told that a lot.
We wish you all the best.
Thank you.
A question without any notice at all. You've encountered many challenges before along the way. Can you share one or two of those with us and tell us, how you managed that and what's the impact was on you?
Sure. I think in my younger years, and I got married very young when I was 24, and I think in terms of marriage today, that's probably quite young.
Yep.
And I was in that marriage for about 17 years. And whilst, it starts off great, I think that I look back now and I can sort of see more, obviously, when you're in a difficult marriage, you're embedded in that. Nowadays, I kind of look back at it as a learning lesson, and I understand the state that my mindset was in, which was pretty bad at that point. I had quite an unsupportive ex-husband, and as I had children and was trying to balance my business with motherhood and family time, I found that very challenging and lacked support in that area. And I think I was I lacked a lot of self-confidence, and I really didn't know myself very well. I don't think at that point, and I was very confused.
Yeah.
And I think that led to a very dark place. Probably like the last 10 years of my marriage was just very up and down. I felt like I was on a constant mouse wheel and a roller coaster of emotions.
Yeah. Tell me about your emotions and your feelings that you're going through.
At that time, obviously, I always tried to keep a positive mindset. And I think that I would always try and take one day at a time. I was running my business from home at that point because I wanted to be there for my kids as they grew up and be able to, be there for them and raise them. But I quickly found that I largely was raising them by myself. My ex-husband had a very time-consuming job, and that doesn't excuse him, but he tended to take priority on his own personal health and a lot of time away from the family. And I found that very, very challenging. And I looked to my parents for support, which they were amazing and really helped me there. But I guess in my mindset, I felt trapped. I felt trapped in marriage, which, and it goes without saying, we tried counselling. I had personal counselling. He was very reluctant to come to couples counselling, but did in the end. But I'm not quite sure that really helped. I found that it was quite negative and delved in the past a lot without trying to give me strategies for the future and helping me. So I felt very much in a quandary, and I really, it kept sort of getting lower. It sort of would ride the waves of, improving, and then it would just sort of dive again. So, I was in a state, I wasn't quite sure what to do.
So what strengths helped you to turn it all around? So what was the turning point and what strengths did you draw on?
Yeah, so my marriage ended in 2016, but prior to that, in 2014, I was still working from home, and I managed to do a little sort of 6-month course. And at the end of that course, those people recommended that I join a networking organisation. And I can tell you right now, that's the best thing I had ever done. And joining that networking organisation took me out of home, and it introduced me to a group of like-minded business owners. And it finally gave me a sense of self, and they started to really help me with my confidence, and even being in that sort of public environment where I could, I guess, talk about what I did, and start to feel more proud of myself and my achievements, and the talent that I have. I've always held on to my talent as being my driving force for motivation and what motivates me to keep going. It's always been with me, and it's driven my own personal passion, I think, and as well as my children. But I guess that turning point came sort of a couple of years later, in very early 2016. We'd been away on a family holiday, and we came back, and I had been through a really, really low point 6 months prior, where I had made myself so sick through anxiety because of my marriage that I contracted pneumonia.
Mm-hmm.
And I was very, very sick for about 7 weeks. And yeah, so fast forward 6 months later, we go away on the family holiday. I came back, and I found myself one day in fetal position down by the side of my bed. And I just was so numb that I just couldn't communicate. And even my son was by my side. It's a real low point. I get quite emotional about thinking about it. But, it's those moments and that moment which made me realize that I needed to change it.
Yes.
I just didn't know how. I just didn't know how. I was just like, my God, I need to get out of this. I need to get out of this for me, but I need to get out of this for my children, to give them a chance at seeing a life where their parents weren't at loggerheads. It just wasn't a healthy environment. And I thought, I have to do something, but I didn't know what to do. And so I looked towards my networking group. Simon had, we had started working together in a similar working environment. And he had recently gone through a breakup of a relationship. And it was at that point where we just happened to open up towards one another. And he said, you know what? Why don't you look towards our networking group to reach out for the help that you need? And it was people like yourself, Tony, and a couple of other people, which I never thought that I would actually use their services. Obviously, the lawyer, we had a life coach, we had a hypnotherapist, and without those key people in my life, I wouldn't have been able to get the strength and build the strength to actually move forward and move away.
So it was all about getting the right type of strength and mindset to help get you through the marriage breakdown.
Yeah, definitely. And I think from that moment where I made that decision, it was just very, very small steps.
Yeah.
Each and every day, just incrementally, very small steps into just getting the confidence to I guess, present him with it wasn't until the May. So this decision making sort of happened in February. It wasn't until the May where I was absolutely ready to say, I want a separation. So it took that long.
In terms of how your business was going, with the marriage breakdown, what impact did it have on your business?
Look, I had always looked to my business for my strength to keep moving forward. And I think at that time, I have always kept it going. But it was at that point, that was one of the major points, because I always felt that I don't earn enough money at that point to be able to support myself. And I think that was one of the key things where I wasn't confident in leaving, because I just thought that I'm not going to be able to survive. But reaching out to those key people and getting the advice and the knowledge. The knowledge is key. It's what you don't know, what you don't know. And I didn't know that there was actually support out there, obviously through the government and, that sort of thing, that I could actually move away and support myself. And I did it. And I still to this day can't quite believe that I did, but
You did it.
yeah,
That's
it's a
ridiculous.
monumental achievement.
That's great.
Yeah.
So if I can jump in here and ask you, Naomi, that your story is obviously very powerful. And I know for a fact that that it's actually inspired many other people around you. Can you perhaps share that?
Yeah, sure. I think since then, women who have gone through a marriage breakdown and have come out the other side seem to attract others of the same and with the similar experiences. And I often find if you scratch the surface, you bump into these wonderful women, and I feel like I'm a magnet, and that's, I find it's a very good thing because it's always cathartic to share experiences, and you find them right under your nose. That common sense of life-changing transformation. If you can support someone else and give back and just be a shoulder or offer advice, or just the knowledge that someone else has been through something similar to you, it is really, really powerful. And it is inspiring to know that others have done it and have come out the other side, but not just come out the other side, but have actually absolutely sort of smashed their dreams. And I feel like that's where I am today. It's taken a long time. It's 5 years down the track, but I can honestly say this is the best time of my life.
Yeah. And we can see that from your inspiration. And actually, you seem to keep on exceeding your monthly targets in business. How have you achieved this?
I think through the last 2 years, many people have seen there's just been a shift in everyone's mindset, really. And I think I look to the pandemic. It has been pretty awful for a lot of people, but what it has done is it's actually changed people's focus. I think we were all running a rat race, and living life just in the busyness of life. And I think it slowed the world down. I really do. And to me, I find that a really good thing because business owners were putting the magnifying glass over their businesses. And for me personally, I saw a huge growth in my business and in being able to help business owners look at their branding and their marketing and take it to the next level and reassess. And just I had so many rebrands during that time, during the past 2 years. And I thought, maybe it's going to come to an end. But this year, probably more so, I've worked with some amazing projects, and the projects are getting bigger and better. And the focus, I think people have become more educated and they really, really see the value that great branding can bring to your business. And it is a real game changer. It's fantastic.
So, Naomi, it's fantastic to see you so successful and growing your business, which is amazing. And part of that has been obviously through having a very positive mindset, which, as we all know, is very, very powerful, especially in business. So can you explain your success through having that positive mindset?
I think mindset is a slow burn and you never ever stop learning. So right from the moment I made that crucial decision to leave my marriage, I don't think that you can actually, well, for me personally, I couldn't achieve the way that I am today without the support of people around me. So key people. So obviously my parents, Simon, my very good friend, Julie Sini. There are some real key people in my life who have just helped me and mentored me like again and again and constantly day in, day out. I have some really great close friends and family members who have really given me wonderful support. But it's that constant reassessing and looking at the triggers. And for a long, long time, I experience triggers, and not to put them away in your back pocket, but to actually get them out and go, okay, something's triggering me. What is it? How can I work on that to get better at dealing with that trigger? And eventually those triggers dissipate, they quieten, and they start to go away. And in replacing, you start to really build your confidence, and you blossom like a flower, really. You give yourself back that sense of self, the sense of self-worth, and you then tick goals, you tick dreams. And I think by working on that day in, day out, it's about being grateful for what you have, the simple things in life, to be able to have a laugh with your kids, to build that wonderful relationship with them, to allow them to thrive and to teach them about love and about community, about support, about being yourself and being happy with who you are. So I think that's I've been able to give back to my kids and give them the strength to be confident in themselves. I'm amazed at the people that they are. My son's just starting life. He finished year 12 last year, and my daughter's going through year 12 this year. I'm so proud of the young individuals that they are, because I feel like I've given them that strength, and they've seen the transformation that I've gone through, and they are so confident and so self-aware and assertive. And that's just, I think if I've done anything and achieved anything, that's probably my proudest achievement.
That's beautiful. And I'm just curious, Naomi, when you're developing your mindset, what practices did you have? Were you doing meditation, or were you doing things? What sort of things were you doing each and every day?
Yeah, look, I started with some hypnotherapy, because the hypnotherapy helped me let go of those ties, and it helped me to be able to visualize what the future would look like. And I had never, because I had such a negative mindset, I could never ever look beyond 6 months. And I think right now, and I've always struggled with that, I've never been able to look through to the future. So many people sort of look far ahead and they go, oh yes, this is what I want to achieve, and yada yada. I had never been able to do that, and I think that comes from a very closed mindset. Because now, and it's only now, and having Simon and having a partner who, he always says to me, we walk side by side. It gets me emotional. As an equal.
That's okay.
That has given me the confidence to look forward.
Beautiful. So you mentioned about the future. So what does the future look like now?
Oh, just amazing. Look, I now have ambitions and dreams and goals, and I feel like now I can actually, they're in sight, and I can take them, the bull by the horns, and go, you know what, I'm going to achieve these goals and create a life which I never ever thought imaginable. And I know that they will come true.
That's beautiful, Naomi. I think we might have to issue everyone with the tissues after this.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying myself. Yeah, but that's the thing, I went through a really emotional.
Your heart's really in it.
I reckon for about 2 years after the breakup of my marriage, Simon will attest to this, I would just cry at the drop of a hat, because you're just in such an emotional state.
Yes.
And, coming through that. And I think that's the other thing that I wanted to add. Obviously, my mindset is a result of also not only all the work that I put in, but back in 2018, I made the big decision. At that point, I felt like I was ready to shed the weight. I felt I lost about 23 kilos over 2 years. And to me, it was like a cape. it was a cape that hid me from the world, and it was like a protective barrier. And I felt like, you know what, my mindset's so great, I don't need it anymore.
Beautiful.
So yeah, slowly but surely I lost it at my age. It's very hard to lose weight, but you can do it. And yeah, I think I'm in the best frame of mind because I've got nothing left. I've got no excuses anymore. I can't justify or blame, the reasons why I can't do things. I can do anything I want.
Beautiful.
And it's amazing to be actually to say that out loud.
Yeah, that's right.
I would love to this Let's Chat to inspire other women.
Well, this has gone global, Naomi. The whole world knows now.
You can do it. You can change your life.
That's good.
And you can do that with some key people around you that will boost you and give you the confidence and the strength to move forward.
Beautiful, Naomi. We could speak for hours, but I've just looked at the clock and it's getting close to the top of the hour. Naomi, if there was one message that you'd want to give to the audience, what would it be?
I think that no time like the present. If you are in a very deep downward spiral, just know that there are people there to support you, particularly, in networking or in, on LinkedIn, in your community of friendship and family, there will be people there that you reach out to and they will be there to help you. All you have to do is reach out.
Beautiful. Simon, I'm going to put you on the spot. What was your main takeaway today?
Thanks, Tony. I think Naomi's story is amazing, and to have walked that journey with her too has been amazing for me as well, because not only has she been able to build her confidence, her resilience, her determination, she's actually made me a better person as a result as well. So it's been incredible. And I think that the little takeaway, I think, for me is that it keeps just coming back all the time. It's just, we need to look at and enjoy those little things in life that we all take for granted. And I think that's really special for all of us.
Thank you, Simon. And my main takeaway, I love your resilience and your openness, Naomi. You've got a giant heart and it shines through. You wear your heart on your sleeve.
I do. Right here.
And I'd like to acknowledge your resilience. You're down and almost out for the count, but you had the heart to keep going and the resilience to keep going and the discernment. That's the other thing. Once you saw the path, as behind me, there is a path, you followed it, and you followed it with your heart, and that's the most important thing. You followed with your passion, and you succeeded. And of course, you had Simon there as your guiding light. So
my angel.
He's your angel, right? Simon, you've got a big responsibility now.
Oh, absolutely.
All right, then.
Beautiful wings.
Both are smiling too, so something magic must be happening. Now, I would like to sort of say that we've got another exciting show coming up for you next time, and we've got a gentleman who's in his 80s. His name is Alan Marshall, and he's been one of the members of an eco village community. So it's going to be something special, Simon, for us to investigate what really happens in an eco village, and how do they manage? How do they govern it? It's all. Wow, that's right. So we've got a big one coming up, but as what Simon said, I'm going to keep this a secret for the actual date so that everyone speaks on it, right? So on that note, I'd like to say...
I was just going to say, Tony, I just wanted to take the opportunity to thank Naomi for coming on to our Let's Chat today. I think it's really important for many, many women out there to hear what Naomi has to say And I think, by all means, this story will certainly, I know for a fact, will certainly inspire many women to either reach out or to build the confidence that they need to move themselves forward. So I appreciate that, and as a result, we always have a special gift. Normally, Tony and I get to eat these by myself. So we have international people. So I normally get to have these myself. But unfortunately, Naomi's in the next office. And
I'll be asking Naomi.
Thanks again, Naomi, for joining us. It's been a pleasure.
My pleasure. Thank you so much for having me.
It's always a pleasure, and thank you, audience. And let's go for our next show, which will be on soon. We will broadcast that. On that note, goodbye, everybody. It's always a pleasure with these streamings. And Simon and I love doing these, don't we?
Absolutely.
All right.